Hello friends, in this tutorial we will talk about extended Euclid algorithm and its Python implementation. The objective of extended Euclid algorithm is to provide a certificate for the final answer. The final answer is nothing but GCD, but it actually gives us a proof that that our generated answer is correct one. So the entire algorithm is based on this particular observation. So let's read this first and then we will also prove this theorem. So the result says if D divides M, D divides N, and if you can represent D as linear combination of M and N, which is nothing but D is equal to Mx plus Ny, then GCD of M comma N is nothing but D. So basically the theorem is talking about three conditions: D divides M, D divides N, and if you can represent D as linear combination of M and N, then that particular D is nothing but GCD. So let's first prove this particular theorem. So let's assume that GCD is not D and GCD is some different number, let's say D dash. So that is our first assumption. GCD of M comma N is nothing but D dash. Now let's try to establish relation between D dash and D. If we can show that D dash is equal to D, then we are done. So since first I am using only first two conditions. So since D divides M and D divides N, that means D is common divisor for M as well as N. So from this facts we can say that D dash is greater than or equal to D. Since this D is common divisor, so any common divisor will be definitely less than or equal to the greatest common divisor. So from the definition of GCD and these two facts we can write this. Now let's use this particular fact. So this fact says D is equal to Mx plus Ny. Now this is for D, so now we want to somehow use D dash here. So since D dash is GCD of M comma N, we can say that M is multiple of D dash and N is also multiple of D dash. So we can write like this: M is equal to D dash times P and N is equal to D dash times Q from the definition of GCD. Now if we substitute these values of M as well as N in this equation, D is equal to Mx plus Ny, then we will get this: D is equal to D dash times xp plus yq. In other words, we can say that D dash divides D, and from this we can establish this particular result: D dash is less than or equal to D. Now if we combine this as well as this, then we will get D dash is equal to D. So we have just shown that this particular theorem we have just proved it, right? So now the next thing is, how can we use this particular result in order to generate a verification for GCD. So let me take a few examples for better understanding. So if I consider 15 and 12, then we can say that 3 divides 15, 3 divides 12, and since 3 can be represented as linear combination of 15 and 12, 3 is GCD of 15 and 12. And here, as you can see, the value of x is 1, value of y is minus 1. So now what if we compare this approach as with Euclid's algorithm, then only difference is now we are going to provide three values in data. First value is GCD, and second value is x, and third value is y. So x and y are nothing but they will serve as a certificate to show that the whatever we are getting as the final answer is the correct answer, because we have already shown that this particular result is true. So based on this result we can say that if whatever we are getting, that particular number, if that particular number can be represented as linear combination of given two numbers, then our answer is correct. So we need to calculate three things: GCD and this certificate. Okay, so now let me consider one more example. Now since 17 divides 187 and 17 divides 102, as well as 17 can be represented as linear combination of 187 and 102, we can say that 17 is the GCD for these two numbers. Now we know how to calculate GCD, and we are familiar with this particular equation. If you are not, then please watch my previous tutorial. Now the question is, this is useful to calculate first value, which is nothing but GCD. But now we also need to calculate these two values, which is nothing. Okay, so from this particular theorem, we can say that D can be represented as mx plus ny for GCD of m comma n, and the same D can be represented as linear combination of n and m modulo n. Again, we are applying the same theorem here, since the same D is also GCD for n comma m modulo n. This we have already shown in Euclid's algorithm. So now what is our objective? Our ultimate objective is to compute D as well as x and y. So D can be computed using this particular equation, but now what about x and y? So let's simply, x and y are definitely dependent upon P and Q. Let's see how. So now if I am focusing on the second equation only, and I have just simplified it. So instead of m modulo n, I have written m minus floor of m divided by n into n. So this is nothing but simplification of this equation. Now if I further simplify this, then I will get this. So why I am doing this? Because ultimately I want to represent x and y in terms of P and Q. So now if you compare this first equation with this equation, then you will get x is equal to q and y is equal to p minus floor of m by n into q. So now we'll talk about the implementation part. The entire implementation is dependent upon these two equations. Okay, so let's focus on the implementation part. The first thing which you need to observe is, here we are returning three things. D is nothing but our GCD, and x and y will serve as a certificate. So we already know three conditions. If those three conditions are true, then we can say that D is actually GCD of m comma n. So those conditions are listed here. If m modulo D is equal to 0, n modulo D is equal to 0, and if D can be represented as linear combination of m and n, then only we are going to return D. So this is nothing but it's a use of theorem which we have just proved. Okay, now the next thing is, what about the base case? So here again we are using recursions, and we are using the same criteria which we have used in Euclid's algorithm, but now we need to talk about what will happen to x and y when value of n is 0. Then when value of n is 0, at the time m is our answer. So m can be represented as m into 1 plus n into 0. So that means value of x must be 1 and value of y must be 0. So this is nothing but our base case. And now these two equations which we have already derived, this will be useful in order to get values of x and y from this P and Q. Okay, so now let's verify this code. So let's say now I want to find out GCD for 15,12, let's say. Then here also we are getting the answer, but we are also getting certificate to show that our answer is actually the correct answer. Let me take one more example. So let's say, so here we need to make sure that the first value is greater than the second value, then only this code will run, because this is the criteria, m must be greater than or equal to n. So let me take 217 and 154, let's say. So GCD is 7 and we are also getting certificates. Okay, thank you. Subscribe to my channel for more videos.